So the Phillies just put this out on their social media. It's a great view of JT Realmuto receiving right-handed breaking balls off of a pitching machine. So I want to break it down and talk about some of the key aspects that I see here that I think youth catchers can use to improve their receiving ability. Now, the first thing I'll say is that receiving work for me is most important because you're going to receive more than you throw and more than you block, far more in a game. So you always want to practice whatever it is that you're going to do most in the game. So I think that's really important for youth catchers to understand. Now let's talk about the goals when catching and then also the technique used to do so. So for me, the first goal as a catcher is you want to keep strikes. Now what I see a lot, and we're going to watch this pitch right here. So this is a borderline strike, but let's just say that he catches this ball right about there, right? So that's probably a strike. What a lot of youth players will do that aren't great receivers is that they'll make this strike be a ball because they will be late to it. They will catch the ball there and they will push the glove off of the plate. So this is where the glove, if you can imagine a ball in there, that's where the glove will end up. So instead of catching the ball here, they'll catch it and they'll push it down that way. And they will literally turn strikes into balls. So our first goal is to make strikes be strikes. The second thing as catchers get better is creating those borderline pitches. Those possible strikes, possible balls become strikes. Now there's a few ways to do this. The first way is you have to beat the ball to the spot. So the way a lot of major league players are doing that is they're going to set their glove up low. You can see Realmuto right here is setting the glove on the ground. Now, you do not have to set the glove on the ground. You will see a lot of major leaguers doing that, but if you're a youth player, you could set the glove up somewhere right around here or here. I do recommend setting the glove up low. We always talk about giving a low target because it's going to make receiving those low balls much easier. For me, the hardest ball to receive are going to be the lower pitches. And so if we set our glove up low, it puts us in position to then already be below the ball and then be able to work up through it. So I'm going to play this here for a second and you're going to see, watch how Realmuto is below the ball and then he's going to work up and back towards the strike zone. So he works below it. Now he is going to time it up. And when you get good at this, he makes this look very easy. It's not that easy, but with practice and training, you can make it easier. He is going to time it so he catches and he perfectly times the ball so that the momentum of his glove is now working back up into the strike zone. Let's go to the next view. Same thing. On this one, this ball is a little bit further outside. Notice how not only does he work below it, he works below it and then starts to bring the glove back towards the middle of the plate. So he's working up and back towards the plate. And he again times that move perfectly. Most catchers are going to catch this ball. Most youth catchers that don't have this amount of skill, this pitch is never going to be called a strike because they're going to be late to it and they're going to push it off the plate. Realmuto gets below it, gets around it, and now works back towards the strike zone. We'll watch the next one. Look at where this ball is caught. That's where the ball enters his glove right there. He stays below it, times it perfectly, and then brings it up to his chin. Now, some people are going to watch this and say, that's never going to get the umpire. It's never going to fool them. They're always going to call that a ball. That is not true. Especially at youth levels, this will get, if you were this talented at doing this at a youth level, you would get this called a strike a ton. When the majority of youth catchers are going to get this called a ball again because here's where he catches it. They're going to be late. They're going to catch this, push the glove onto the ground, and it's going to be called a ball more often than not. So I think this skill is actually even more valuable at the lower levels because umpires aren't as good. And they're going to just see, a lot of them are going to see where the glove ends up. And they're not even going to see where the ball actually enters the glove. So I highly recommend working on this, practicing this, working below the ball, beating the ball to the spot, and then working on your timing. And when you can make it look like this one smooth action, you're going to be able to get a lot more strike calls than if you're late, you don't beat the ball to the spot, and you push the ball off the plate. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.